Hey guys, welcome back to another God Girl episode. Today we have an amazing guest, the beautiful Deimos.
Hi guys.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
It's such an honor for you to come because let me tell you guys, this is the second time we are filming this video.
Last time I came, I beat my face. And this time I was just like, okay, she's gonna be this time.
Yes. And then I lost the footage. Can you imagine?
But do we say?
But she was kind enough to come back and film again. I am so humbled. I am so humbled.
It happened.
Thank you so much. So we'll just get straight into the video. For the ones who don't know you, first of all, I don't know why you don't know her, but to introduce to.
How are you doing? Hi guys, my name is Michelle or Mitch, and I go by Deimos or Makeup by Deimos on Instagram and YouTube. And I am a makeup artist, I am a mom, I am a content creator, I am a wife, I am a friend, I am God's
everything.
Girl.
Yes.
Awesome.
Definitely a God Girl. It's a God Girl episode, of course, and on this episode, it's all about inspiring fellow girls to find their identity in Christ.
Yes.
So, give us a background. So you said you're a makeup artist. We know, tunakujua kama, you know, that slay mama, you know. And you have amazing content, by the way, like kama jana sinimicheka kwa story zako. This chick is craving vim. Who craves vim?
So nice.
Vim.
Akiga, like, I think I know when saku. It smells really nice, but imagine it's a baby. Like in all my pregnancies, I usually create either soap or vim or just something like
detergent
ya kupika, asiya kupika ya kufua, like just something. I just crave cleanliness.
Yes. And I know exactly cleanliness because the way you cook and you do so much, you're very hardworking. Let us know you. The other side of Deimos yenye watu hawajajua. You know, you're a born again Christian, yeah? Yeah, so give us a background story. Did you grow up as a born again Christian? Did you grow up in church? Give us like a background story of Deimos, the young Deimos.
Okay, so growing up, actually, my family was predominantly Catholic. So we used to go attend mass, go to Catholic school. We did the whole mafundisho, we call them mafundisho. And let me tell you guys, ukikosa mafundisho ara tu moja, my dad would whoop your ass. So we used to go to mafundisho, me and my sisters and my cousins, because we all like lived in the same place. Yeah. But I think growing up, I never really felt that connection with God. I used to feel like it's just one of those things that unaambiwanga, go to church. Because I'm the parent, go to church and don't eat the sadaka, which I did a lot. I used to eat so many ices in my thought couple, but kika udama and I'm sleeping. Gosh, that's my first sadaka. God, forgive me.
You're forgiven. You are forgiven.
Yeah, so growing up, I never really felt that connection with God. I used to feel like God is this fictional character that we are told, you know, and then like, especially with like what you were taught, I used to feel like there's so many doctrines, like if you don't do this, there's this, if you don't do this, you know, like always like rules and action reaction. So growing up, I never used to feel like I even want or desire to have a relationship with God. So I was just here and there. I was one of those people who nikiona kashida and I'm like, oh my God, you are my God, help me. And then the rest of the time, which I think is most people who don't have like a personal relationship with God. So fast forward to university. I hear university first year, you know, tunasoma, second year, you know, made babies. So I actually got pregnant in my second year of uni. I was in KU, the main campus.
How old were you?
I was 19. Father has paid school fees.
Is your father the strict type?
My father is a single dad. My mom was never around. So you can imagine being a single dad with 3 girls, not even boys, girls. You know how overprotective he is and strict, because it's just like, man, say these boys out here, they will not mess with my girls. You know, till this point, I usually still wonder, like, is my dad really shocked? Like, does he usually think, like, how did this girl even come to know about sex? Like, I was never those types.
Ulikuwa wale wapole.
No, so I used to, like, obviously unajua kama chali kwa estate wanakukatia. But me, I used to tell them, if you see me and my dad, or if you see my dad, like,
you don't know me.
I don't know you. You don't know me. I've never seen you. Like, who are you?
Yes.
I don't know you. So it was always like that. So it was always like Shinyamaji, but like I started developing like that interest in like boys.
And you know, the more unakaziwa, the more you want
to
explore.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that I always like. I'm relearning. I'm unlearning and relearning as now a parent. Because now I'm like, I'd like my children to feel free, but not that overly no, but I also don't want them to feel like mmekaziwa, because a lot of times hiyo kukaziwa ukipata tu hivi chance even like a rat, you just know.
you know ukienda uni now it's you. You have your own house.
Yeah,
it's you can do anything.
Let me tell you, my sister, my big sister D, she went to KCA. So my dad insisted that she has to commute. Who am I? See me last, but I was like, Dad, it's gonna be too expensive. I need house. This was my excuse. I was like, Dad, it's for you. We have classes at 7 in the morning. I have classes at like 6 Gioni. Like, I'll be in traffic all day. I gave so many excuses. Gioni, I just wanted to stay in the hostel. I was like, I have to experience this life.
Where?
Which in retrospect, like looking back right now, it's like, I probably would have done better like being closer home. But I don't regret it.
Definitely.
I don't regret it, because I think each and every thing that you go through in life inakufunza. You either choose to see it as career fail ama it's a lesson. You know, the school fees nimelipa, school fees of life, and you choose to move. Wow. So I got pregnant, and then I would say that's really where my journey began. Because what happened was I was very heavily, I was like, I wouldn't say I was a drug addict, but I was very heavy on like drug usage. So I would smoke cigarettes, I would smoke weed, I wouldn't really drink alcohol that much. It wasn't really my thing. Somehow I just never really understand, like, it's so Kali, like, why? I think you know so much. Like, I never seen out the trauma. Like, I used to like take a couple of sips and I was like, you know what, this is not for me. So I would like primarily like smoke a lot, get high, miss my classes. This is how we got pregnant, children,
And then in classes. Because you were in second year.
I was in second year. I was doing a major in economics and a minor in psychology. You know, we got smart
Wow. So let me ask.
Yeah.
Now, when you discovered you were pregnant at that point, how did you feel? Did you feel like sasa like young Meisha? Share the experience with us?
Okay, for one, as I think a lot of people who have followed me know, I haven't grown up with my mom. So it was one of those really scary experiences. Imagine, Shykoh, I come and tell you, like maybe you've never cooked in your life, and then I come and tell you, you know what? Shika, sasa, pika. And you're like, I don't know what to do. Like, I was in that space of, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I've never seen a mother figure. I don't know what it is like to be a mom. My dad, I knew he's gonna be pissed off, because I actually told my dad when I was 5 months pregnant. And it's my husband, Mwangi, push and maybe you have to tell your father, now you're a grown woman, you're a parent, you can't be afraid of your father. He gave me such a bad lecture.
But he's the good type.
I always thank God. And then he wasn't as serious. I tell you, are you sure you know it's my baby? You know, like the youth of nowadays, you're quite responsible guys. So that it sort of jump started my journey. So nikanza. I got pregnant. I told my dad. I had that feeling of rejection. I had that feeling of I've disappointed God, because you know, as you remember, what I said is there was always that like judgment, like nearly grew up feeling God is like this in heaven. What are you doing?
When you do this, get away from me. Yeah.
You know, like, and like this wrong perspective of God. So I really distanced myself from God. And I never tried to pray a pregnancy away. That was me. I was like, oh God, I just pray you just supernaturally, miraculously remove this baby.
At that point, you had not even known it's twins.
I hadn't known it was twins, but I used to tell my husband, I was like, babe, I feel hapa movement and I feel hapa, like different movements. It's the same. No, I feel it differently here and I feel it differently. But then my pregnancies have always been small, like the first few months.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey man, you're too small for that. You know, you can't be pregnant. But when we actually went for our ultrasound, it was twins. The child come and always do you have a history of twins in your family? I'm like, no. No. It was just miraculous. Imagine.
Yeah. Like, I'm just trying to imagine come and mean what I could have done.
Like,
but I think at that moment, God prepared grace.
Yeah. And when you hear like God's grace is sufficient, that is like true to the word. And a lot of times, I thought you were in that situation, what I realized by the live by God's grace, but imagine His grace is sufficient because I was in such a deep place of depression.
You got depressed?
I got really depressed because say, imagine everybody's in school, kuna rumors, that and you know, let me tell you, in uni, I've always been such a I don't know what I can say, like out there person. I used to like have blue hair.
I remember you said you had blue hair.
Like me, I'm very colorful, so it's very easy for you to notice me.
Yeah.
Like very easy. Because I'm usually just like, you know, it's very easy for you to notice me. So even more so in high school, and I used to wear those tight pants, crop top, blue hair.
To slay queen for campus. And then come a ball.
And then suddenly on a ball. So I actually decided to leave school. So I dropped out of school. When I spoke to my dad, he asked, what are you going to do from school? So I just told him, you know, like either you're trying to tell him.
But then how did he react?
Quite calmly.
Wow.
Weirdly. Because me, I thought he would reach into that phone and slap me, man, there.
You told him on phone.
Hey, me, Melinda, they were made in person. See, there will be bad cases there. I was like, no.
Okay.
So I called him. This is what I did. I didn't call him. I texted him. I texted. I was like, hi dad. I hope you're fine. I'm so sorry to disappoint you, but your girl is 5 months pregnant.
You told him 5 months, and you told him with twins.
Yeah, I told him. I was like, by the way, if I'm telling him, let me tell him everything. Calm down. I was like,
digest all the information.
This moment I'm pregnant, it's twins. You know, God is so good. I can laugh about it
right now. Yeah.
But guys, let me tell you, when I was going through it, I wasn't actually laughing. Actually, when I was calling him, I felt like peeing. My skin was sweating. Each and every area of my body, attack on my Mbugua, Dani. I was shaking. I was just like, this is the end. He just asked me, okay, so what are you gonna do? He asked me, okay. He said, okay. So what are you gonna do about school? I was like, is this my dad? Like, did I get the number wrong or what? I told him I'm gonna take a year off, take care of the children, and then go back to school. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten back to that. Not because I'm not able to, but just because I feel like afterwards my passion shifted, and now I want to do something. If I do go back to school, I want to do something more business oriented because now I'm a business person. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I could overreact, by the way.
Is it Jeremiah? God had he already knew your plan and your whole life story before you were even formed. Because how your dad reacted, that calmness.
I was like really shocked, by the way. I was really shocked.
And also that reminds me of how the Bible tells us not to worry.
Yeah,
you know, at that moment when you
I was so worried.
Anxious, and you come back to depression, and I know it's something so many people probably been watching this struggle with, because like I can imagine being pregnant, especially at such a young age. Hauna job,
hauna job, hujamaliza shule, hauna papers. You're a child. Like I was literally 19. I was still a teenager. You know what I mean?
So now on that, what would you tell or advise someone who is going through a similar situation?
Okay, the first thing I would say is, prevention is always better than cure.
Yeah.
So guys, don't be one of those people who want to learn from experience. You understand what I mean? You see, growing up, we're always told, stay away from boys, on, and we're just like, until it happens to you that now you're the pregnant one. Guys, you can always learn from someone else's experience. So, for example, me, I can tell you it wasn't easy. I went through one of the roughest patches of my life. Like, literally, I thought my childhood was crazy. This one was even crazier. So, guys, abstain. I know! Abstain, guys, abstain. Let me tell you, that pleasure is so short-lived. It's so short-lived, guys, but the consequences of it is lifelong entirely. So, and I would say, keep a relationship with God and understand that God is not about rules, He's about a relationship.
Now, let's jump into that. At what point in your life did you get born again? Did you now understand the difference between rules and that strict God and now having a relationship with Him?
So now, fast forward, nimeza. I'm living with my hubby and my sister, because my sister insisted that we go stay at her place, because where we were staying with my hubby was really small. So now we have kids, two of them, so we needed a bigger space. So my sister was so gracious enough, she rented out a bigger space, because she used to live in a 2-bedroom, and rent out 3-bedroom actually.
Wow.
Guys, that's why I always say family is so important. Family is so important. I thank God for my sister that in those times I never asked her, but she knew and she took it upon herself idea, even though I had messed up. And that reminds me so much of God, because God didn't say, oh, you've messed up. It's not gonna be like, oh, please get out of my life. No, He's gonna still pick you up and dust you off and tell you, what, my child, it's okay to endele. You understand, that favor that I don't deserve it, but you still love me enough to do it, because you don't love me because of what I do, but because you love is unconditional. It's without condition. It's without strings attached. So I was living now in my sister's house with my hubby, and then slowly but slowly, actually, he got born again. The first one.
Wow.
But what is the spirit of religion, guys?
The
spirit of religion.
Let me tell you, religion is bad. It's become a drug. It's so bad. Someone is trying to tell you, do you know God loves you despite what you do?
But that spirit of religion, it's like a wall. It's like a wall that blocks you. That's what the spirit of religion does. It actually makes sure that whatever is deposited in you doesn't stay, it doesn't form roots. So he got born again first because he was really into religion, not religion,
was he Catholic as well?
He wasn't actually. He was, I think, Protestant, if I'm not wrong. So he was really into discovery. Into pyramids, do the Illuminati do these, all that. He's really into that, that research. And guys, that's also another thing that I really want to share with you guys, because I don't know that we have a younger audience. Don't be a person who just does things because everybody's doing it. Oh, everybody's jumping off the roof. Let's go jump off the roof. Excuse me. This is the reason why God gave you a brain. It's okay not to be that person who is in the crowd. It's okay to be the odd one out. I've come to understand it's okay. I don't have to be conformed to everybody is doing this, now let's do it. Let me tell you, you were born alone, you're gonna die alone. Or you might not die, Jesus might come and then
pick us up, chariot and all that good stuff.
I always say that I'm gonna die.
Me too, I'm Elijah was taken by chariot.
Whoops am I?
Judging God to the rapture.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like him. So he was really into discovery, not just being told, become a Muslim, or become a Christian, or become a Buddhist. He really wanted to understand what are the fundamentals of this specific doctrine or this specific religion, like what are its pillars, you know, and that's really important. So he discovered God really early. He was spirit filled, so they're speaking in tongues. Me, I'm just over there with my spirit of religion, like, and slowly by slowly he started challenging me, by the way. And that's what the spirit of religion does, like a challenge. Okay, you guys believe in this. Why? He would ask me that and I would get pissed off, and I was like, you don't understand. You've not been at Mafundisho for 15 years. We had been indoctrinated into those beliefs for so long. And if you are, for example, in like, if you're feeling like triggered by what we're saying, I'd like to challenge you to not feel offended, but to just take it as a challenge to try and research. Okay, like that's all we're trying to do. Like just
don't believe what
challenge.
we are saying before you research
it for yourself.
Yeah,
because you know the relationship with God is experiential. You know, there's nobody who can come and tell me you didn't experience this and this. I was there. I experienced it by myself.
It's like how people try to figure out, especially people who don't really now understand the whole God thing.
Yeah.
How can someone pray for you who are Mbuke?
What is that about?
What is that even? Why are people screaming?
Yeah.
You know?
So he got born again, and then he started challenging me, you know, like, okay, you guys believe in this and this, why? And I was like, you know, you just don't understand. I never had the answers. You know why? Because you're indoctrinated into it so much, but you're not really told why.
Yeah.
You're not really told why you pray like this. You're not really told why you recite this and this. You're not really told the reason, the skeleton behind the meat. You understand? So slowly by slowly he started challenging me. And the one thing that, especially if you are born again and you're trying to get your family or your friends to get born again, the one thing that I want you guys to always know is you can't do it by yourself. You need the Holy Spirit. You cannot do it in your own human capacity. You cannot do it by yourself. Because he used to tell me and tell me and tell me, you know, I was just like, you know what? And then, you know, it's such a touchy subject that I wouldn't talk to him for days on end. Why? He's poking that spirit. Poking it.
It's like imagine how he felt.
And the one thing I thank God for him, he was very patient. Like Holy Spirit and imparted grace and patience. So as he's pushing and trying to challenge me to, you know, start thinking differently and not just believe everything that I'm told to consume, and actually ask myself, why am I being told to consume this? Like, what does this food have? You understand what I mean? Slowly by slowly, the Holy Spirit started working in me, and slowly by slowly started softening my heart. Na pole pole akaanza kutoa hiyo spirit of religion. And guys, when we say spirit, it's actually a spirit. It's a spirit, okay? It's a demonic spirit. Slowly by slowly started removing that spirit of religion in me, of that indoctrination, of that, oh, it's about rules, oh, it's about this. And he started filling me up with the love. And I can't say that it was on this particular day that I felt. No, it was a process. Because let me tell you guys something also. You see, I got indoctrinated for so many years. It was also a process for me to be indoctrinated from it.
And then you don't like the truth. It's normally too good to be true.
It's like, wow, God just loves me. I don't have to do anything. Like, he just loves me like that. Wow.
I remember even me when, it was after campus. Also, I had my own struggles in campus because now religion has no power. You'll be told, don't drink, don't do this. If you do this, God is mad at you.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't have the power to stop you from doing that. It doesn't have the impact. That's why even in the Old Testament, they would be told, do not do this, but then they would do it, take a sacrifice, repeat it. But now I think basically what we're trying to say is now after Christ came, he paid the price for all of us, such that now for us it's just having a relationship with him, and whether you fast, whether you do what, it's really for your benefit, but it's not performing for God, but for making him to love you more than you already.
God, the way God loves you, he'll never love you more. Like, you understand what I mean? Like, he doesn't love you more because you fasted for 48 hours. He doesn't love you more because you got somebody saved. He doesn't love you more or less because yesterday you went out to get drunk. No, his love is unconditional. Meaning,
and constant.
Whatever you do, girl, I'm going to be here. I'm going to love you. because I am loved.
I remember my sister telling me, Shykoh, there's nothing you'll ever do to make God love you more than He already loves you.
And you're like,
I was like,
it's so baffling. Like, you don't need to do any, like, it's not conditional according to what you do. But now, hey, today I messed up. Oh my gosh,
I need to go repent and do what?
No, it doesn't work like that. It's about relationship.
So, it's normally too good to be true. Too good to be true.
And the devil tries to sell us on that, like, hey, it's too good to, like, you don't need to do anything. He just wants to, like, yes,
must be a lie.
Yes.
Wow. So finally, you got the experience.
Yeah.
And you got born again.
Yeah, I got born again. And then I think another thing that used to help, that really actually really helped, is what I used to take in. You know, guys, the word is to the spirit what food is to our bodies. You understand? As you see me like this right now, I am not this meat.
Yes.
I have a spirit. Like, there's the true inner me. Like, in my, like, my spirit is inside me. You understand what I mean? So how much I take in terms of food is the same way I would take in the word of God, because I'm not feeding my physical flesh, I'm feeding my spirit, my true self.
Yeah.
So slowly by slowly we started watching the TV. I think I was even sharing with you last time. And at first, everything that they were saying was, I was so against it, because not even that spirit, it's still like, it's too good to be true.
Yeah.
So I would listen to pastors like Pastor David Ibiomi, I would listen to Pastor Andre, Pastor Jenny, I would listen to Pastor Gilwin. So many fundamental men and women of God who really changed my perspective of God, who really changed my understanding of, you know what, you're here in this earth, but you don't need to live as
people of the earth.
Yeah, you can choose to be different. You can choose to be the best version of yourself. You can choose to be the person who God created you to be. You know why a lot of people, even in this world, are depressed and they feel like life is not worth it? A lot of people are not living in their purpose. And let me tell you, the only way you can live in your purpose is to know the creator of whom, like the person who made you, because he knows your purpose and he can reveal your purpose to you.
Hold me close till I get up.